what to expect. What's my next step? What is this going to be? What's this going to look like? And there's people out there right now looking for hope and for help and for answers. And even if it's just an idea that, yes, you can do it. And so I think that's huge and really important. And I think that the positive attitude that you talked about is everything. You gotta, of course, one of the things that surprised me when I listened to your podcast, thing that I didn't know, is that you said after we'd leave, you would kind of break down. In the whole time, 7 and whatever years that this has been, I've seen Shane break down and be negative maybe twice, crying, sobbing. The next day, back to being strong. There's nothing wrong with letting that out, and you need to let that out. But he doesn't let it consume him, and he doesn't let it stay. But I think he knows it's there, probably knows it's just right there under the surface. And I think that's part of why we try to help other people.
Yeah.
You,
for sure.
All of you have been through it. You know what can happen. You know how fast it can turn.
Yeah.
And you know that you can't stay in that place.
Maybe it just takes one thing to change a person's mind.
Well, like Doug and his friend calling him. His friend had a thought to call him that day, Doug Meyer.
I've told that story probably 10 times since we talked to him.
Yeah. That's
seriously, to a lot of people, and every time everybody gets like chills.
Right. And so that's why I say, and I think from all of this that my main thing that I've learned is, for one, let your light out there. I saw that light in your face, and it was gone when you were in the hospital, when you were in a coma. It wasn't there. As soon as you woke up and started having therapies and your personality started coming back, and the light in your eyes came back, I knew Shane was back, and I knew that he was going to be okay. Speaking of okay, that's another thing. He was still in the hospital, but it was getting close to when he was going to be going home, and one of his uncles, kind of pulls me aside and, so do you think Shane's going to be okay? And I said, you know what? Shane is okay. I don't care if Shane comes home in a wheelchair. He's okay. He's alive.
Yeah.
He's himself. He's got his personality back. He's talking. He's okay.
Well, that's
I don't think it's where he's going to stop. I don't think it's going to end here. I think he's got a lot more to do. But he's okay. So it slightly offended me. Do you think Shane's going to be okay?
Yeah. Interesting, yeah.
But you know what? He is okay.
Yeah.
And when they were getting you ready, they're like asking us, what's his home like? Where's he going home to? He's coming home to our house. His room is in the downstairs. He needs to go downstairs. And they're like, well, can he move upstairs for a little while until he gets better? And I said, well, he could, but I don't want him to. Why can't he just go downstairs? Not to be rude or anything, but to me, why treat him like he was handicapped? They gave us a handicap sticker for his car, for the car. Yeah. We never used it. Why park in the handicap? He needs to learn to walk. He needs to practice walking.
That's a thing that
I see where you get a lot of things.
That's a thing that Kevin talked about with his dad.
Right.
He said, we're not going to raise him that way.
That's true.
Like a handicapped person.
Right.
Yeah.
So when Shane came home, it was January 31st, the house was ready. He had a bed downstairs. It did not a handicap bed, not sides on it, just his room, a normal room. We did, Dustin, his brother, put a hand rail in his bathroom. And I think he put in the higher toilet, the ADA toilet.
And the shower head.
Right, a shower head. I think that a lot of people, maybe even the therapist, thought that Shane going home, he would have me or his dad help him shower. Shane had none of that. No, Shane from early on in the hospital surprised his therapist that he can put on his own underwear. He can put on his own socks. He can do his own deodorant.
Yeah.
He's got one hand that he's using, and it's his left hand, and when he's right-handed.
Yeah.
And she was so impressed. I remember Bonnie, she is another one. She made a video of him getting dressed with one arm to show other patients that say, it's not possible. I can't do that. I have one arm.
That's the other thing is the therapists appreciate someone that can give effort.
Right.
They took me to the University of Utah to speak to a group of future therapists and to just show them that this is the kind of person that you're going to be working with and stuff.
Right. That's right. Yeah. They were students that were trying to decide if they wanted to go into the neuro part of therapy, which is the brain therapy. You know, I mean, the therapies are way different, or the orthopedic surgery or therapies. I mean, and so they had Shane talk just a little bit, you know, about and kind of outline where he was a couple of weeks ago and where he is now, and some of these other therapists, they would say, you hope for a patient that really wants to get better, that really wants to push it, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure
it's not the ones you always get.
The most of their patients are like stroke survivors or whatever, and they're older, and they have kind of given up hope.
Yeah.
And
they're to a place in life that they're like, well, if I can't walk again and I'm in a wheelchair, I'll be fine, you know. And so that's true. Some of the therapists would say that they love having a person who's willing to really push it, you know. And the other patients in this floor of the hospital, you know, they're watching. They're watching you, Shane.
Yeah.
And several of them, some commented to Shane, some to me. When I see him not only go as far as the therapist says to do it, but then even farther, it just makes me feel like I can do it. I can, and I want to. And so no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, someone's watching you.
Yeah.
Someone's needing a boost sometimes, and they need a little push or a little inspiration. So I'd say through the whole thing, and we're still in it, you know. Shane's just kept pushing it himself and pushing all of us to try to do better. And
that is awesome. I want to mention something that you talked about on here, and you've come back to it a couple of times, and I really think it's worth mentioning again. Is everybody out there, when you are in you're going through something hard, one thing that Shane emulates a ton of is, instead of looking at how he can help himself, he looks outward and tries to find other people to help. And there's a great quote, actually, from the master teacher in the Bible. He says, somebody had asked him, they said, okay, Lord, what can I do to become great? And he said, service unto many leads to greatness, right?
Yeah.
And then John F. Kennedy, our president, he said in one of his speeches, he said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. So it's that outward, that outward thinking. Instead of how can this serve me, it's more like, how can I serve somebody else? And dude, that keeps you going.
Doesn't it help you in the long run, though, too?
It totally does.
Absolutely.
It really does.
It comes back around. It's so rewarding and fulfilling.
Zig Ziglar said it this way. He goes, okay, I don't want to slaughter it. So if you guys know Zig Ziglar, a motivational speaker, all that kind of stuff, he passed, but I used to listen to a lot of his tapes. And so he says, you can have everything in life that you want if you help enough other people get what they want.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
And another thought that I have often, and Shane's kind of referred to this a few times, I think, be kinder than necessary to everyone you meet, because you don't know. You don't know what they're going through.
You don't have any idea what they're going through and what they're struggling with at the time. So might as well be nice to everyone.
Yeah.
And through this, as you know, people learned about Shane or talked to us, and Keith at work, and people who've been through the hardest things were the first ones there to boost us up and to lift us up and to say, not say it's going to be okay, not even that, just to be there, just the support, because they know they've learned it by living it,
and the overwhelming amount of those people, you never heard anything about their struggles, and so that's another point in why you should be kind to people. Like you never know what they're going through.
You don't.
Sure.
Most people aren't going to open up to you and tell you. But at the time when we're going through it, then they did open up and they would tell you more. I learned things about people I would never have guessed, and I would never tell anyone else because it's, they shared, they felt good enough to share that with me. Yeah. And it wasn't, something that I feel like I would go out and tell other people, but it's a special bond that that they felt comfortable enough to share their weaknesses or their struggles or whatever. And so one other quote that I really like is I think it's Henry Ford. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes. And I like that one.
And it's true.
It is totally true.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm so glad that you have been on here today sharing another side of Shane's story.
Interesting. I got a lot out of this because there's no way for me to know how you're feeling at this certain point. And I think this is the only way that I would be able to learn about those things.
It's true. I mean, we've talked about some of these and not all of them from time to time. But you don't share everything, I guess, all the time. You kind of keep some things for yourself and inside. So, I'm glad that I could share those things, and I'm happy to be part of the journey and always there to, we've been to lots of therapy sessions together, and I've been right by his side the whole time. And obviously, like I said, he's done the hard work, but you're not an island. Nobody's an island, and you affect so many people. Your family are there to support you. They're your team and your network, and it goes out from there. You, like I said, you've reached out to a lot of people online through the years, and now you've got quite a lot of people that you talk to on a regular basis that are either in it or have been in it. And everybody's life affects so many other people, and everything you do, even though you don't think it is, it's a ripple effect in a big pond. So don't feel like you're insignificant in any way. Nobody should, because everything you do touches someone. And I don't want to make this sound like the Shane fan club, totally, because I know there's a lot of people out there doing it, but you're the one that I've been watching, the one that I've been seeing the hard work and from you, and it's impressive, and just keep on punching.
Yeah. Keep punching. So I would just want to say I love you.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming on here.
Well, thanks for being you. It's been awesome.
All right, you guys, go ahead and share this. Please share this one, and share all the other ones. Anytime you hear one of our podcasts, go ahead and share it. There's a lot of people out there that need
follow
these.
it and
follow us,
like it and
rate it.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds like we're done.
Okay.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.
See ya.